There's been a lot of fear in the news. There's been a lot of fear about the state of the world and talks of recession. I understand how scary this conversation can be. And that's why I wanted to give you some tools to prepare yourself, because preparation is necessary. Number one, as much as you may feel like you want to, if you work for someone, you may want to hesitate to quit your day job. I know with all the change in the world, we're thinking like, where do I want to be? What do I want? You know, I've had the privilege of meeting with countless entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs. And the one thing that I also tell them is that consider your day job your first investor. Like, if you have a dream, something you want to really pour into, you need an investor. Consider your day job that, if you work for someone. So often entrepreneurs spend so much time thinking about the day that they can quit their job, right? You may have had that thought before at some point in time, and that they can only make themselves miserable over and over and over again, talking about and thinking about every day, the day that you can quit. I want you to think of it this way. If you have a job and you work for someone else, it's a blessing to have income. It's a blessing to have a place that you can go to, even if it's not your dream job. And I'm not saying that to say stay there forever. I'm saying that to invite you to find ways to enjoy your job more now, so that you can start seeing it as a good thing, so that it can invest in whatever change you want. Think of your job, if you have a job, as your first investor. Think of it as the thing that's going to fund your dream. Think of it as the building block, right? And that you're building the blocks to what you want. This is not where you'll end up if you're not happy, unless you want to stay there. But it's the place that can literally get you ready to maybe run your own business full time, step into your art full time. So number one is maintain your current source of income. Whatever that source of income is, maintain your current source of income. Number two is get clear on your priorities. When the world is screaming and everyone's confused and everyone's talking about doom and gloom, you want to know your priorities. Because if you don't have your own priorities, someone else's priority is going to become yours. What's important to you? What keeps you fueled? What keeps you motivated? Most importantly, what keeps you happy? Like, here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to take the pill of be miserable all the time. I don't want you to drink the juice of always sad and always scared, because that's what's being served. I'll be the first person to tell you that self-care is not selfish. In fact, self-care is vital to your longevity, your health, and both your mental and your physical health. And in times and in climates like this, where everything is dynamic and turbulent, you need to maintain your mental and your physical health. It's important to have a date night once a week with yourself. This is my me time. And if you're in a relationship with your partner, this is our us time. And as a parent or a child, family time. You know, recently, my family here in the Bahamas, we started actually having family game nights. We've never done that before. I don't remember the last time I did it when I was staying in the US, but I realized how much I needed it, how much we needed to just play simple games like Uno or Jenga, how much we needed to play charades. We didn't even have the charade game. We just wrote words on pieces of paper, tore them, and then decided we would act out the words, just to have reasons to laugh, to release the endorphins, to release the things that makes us happy. What are some of the free adventures that you can do together? Like, I realized that family time at my house is everything. And oh, by the way, I didn't have to fund everything. I said it's a potluck. We made it super, super simple. Like, what can you do to be in self-care? Or maybe you want to spend a little on yourself and get a massage every month. What can you sacrifice to pay for that massage each month? What can you say no to? I remember when I was funding my dream and I was working for LA Unified School District and Jelani was 3 years old, and I knew I needed to put money away for my future, but I didn't have extra money. Like, I didn't have extra money to put away. All my money was being taken up with things like rent and car note and life. And so I stopped doing some things. I stopped getting my hair done. I stopped getting my nails done. I stopped going out with my cousins twice a month. And I took all of that money and I wrote a check to myself for that amount. So I don't know what it is for you. Maybe it's skipping getting your nails done. Maybe it's not going out to dinner. Maybe it's changing the way you buy food. I begin to buy bulk food and I begin to make larger amounts of foods on Sunday, and I froze my food on Sunday so that it was already prepared and I can get a price break on the bulk buy. Whatever works for you. The idea is to decide what you need to do and how you can make it happen in a way that doesn't add more stress. Plan. Next, I'm going to advise you to put away some emergency cash. I thought that I did not have any extra money. Like, there's no way you could tell me I was recently off government assistance. I'm working for LA Unified School District. My son's in childcare. I'm on a budget. There's no way you could tell me that I had some extra cash. And then I began to look at where I could trim. Like, I know it isn't going to be easy. Trust me, I've been there. When you build habits of repetition, like putting a little something away for yourself, you're getting yourself accustomed to saving money. You're getting yourself accustomed to paying yourself first. It makes it easier over time. So I want you to get accustomed. Put away a little something. Start with $5. Maybe it's $10. Maybe you can put away $50 a week. Maybe you can put away more. Let's start doing that for some emergency cash. Avoid digging into this cash reserve unless it's absolutely necessary. And a sale, a great sale, is not absolutely necessary. Now, I'm not a financial planner, and I know some really brilliant financial planners. I'm not one. But I have been where you may be right now, or in some variation of that. And I wanted to share some small but mighty tips with you. They're small, but they're mighty. The thing I really love about these tips is that you can benefit from them regardless of the financial state of the world. Like, they're just great habits to have. When you say you want a transformative future, you want to lean into the unrecognizable experience, it starts with action steps like this. These are not recession techniques. These are lifestyle elevation techniques. You can make these lifelong habits if you want to. Now, I'm always going to be here to share the truth with you. And the reality is, though we might be in a financial recession or heading into a financial recession, we're not heading into an inspiration recession. We're not heading into a motivation recession. We're not heading into a purpose recession. You still get to have great inspiration in your life, great transformation in your life. You still get to have great purpose in your life. Make sure you're always doing what you love. Don't just survive this time. Thrive through this time. Because 90% of the recession is going to be mindset. And the other 10% will be very real finances. But you don't want to adopt and take on a deprivation, lack, scarcity diet in your mind or in your body. Your bank account and your finances might need to be stretched a little further, but your mindset and your possibility can always be abundant. Now, remember, this show is not just a monologue. It's a dialogue. I want a conversation with you. I want to hear some of your thoughts. What's one of the techniques that I said that you're like, okay, I could do that? Or how much are you agreeing to put away this week maybe, or next week maybe, or on your next paycheck? What does that look like? Were you about to like run out on your job? Like, okay, I'm about to so leave this job. And now you're like, oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Maybe I need to make a more solid plan. Or are you excited about the opportunity to create a savings habit to pay yourself? I'd love to hear from you. Leave me a comment below on any part of this message that you needed to hear, you didn't know you needed to hear, you may not have wanted to hear, but you're so glad you heard. Anything. Let me know. Let me know what's possible for you during these dynamic times. I want to know that. And remember, this is always going to be your home. And we are always going to be your tribe. And I am your sister in prosperity and in possibility. And when I say that I believe in you and that I'm here with you through these dynamic times and that I love you, it's because I do. I'll see you real soon.